so stupid. Attacking Roger in a police station as you're being booked for shooting him. How crazy are you?
Well, Roz, he was going to the hospital anyway.
You know, Mr. Lewis, I really appreciate this. This assault is going to make it possible to keep you in jail while we gather evidence in the attempted murder charge.
Can't you do anything here?
No.
Detective Cutter, this has gone on long enough. My husband didn't shoot anybody. I'd like you to take those handcuffs off, please.
Well, ma'am, the victim says he did, and right now Roger Thorpe's our only eyewitness.
Yes, but you don't understand because you haven't been in this town long enough to know. But it's obvious that Roger Thorpe is framing my husband.
Well, why would he do that? I mean, what's Roger Thorpe got against him?
Billy, come here,
Look, everybody in town knows that Roger's had it in for my husband ever since Billy took the towers away from him.
Yes, ma'am, I heard about that, but I also heard that your husband's pretty handy with his fists. I mean, he nearly beat Roger Thorpe within an inch of his life at that place called the Blue Moon.
Detective, that is not on the record.
You know, it seems to me perfectly obvious that Roger, being the only witness, I mean, he could accuse Santa Claus of shooting him if he wanted to.
But that's what intrigues me. I mean, here's Thorpe. He's just had the biggest reverse of his life this last month. I mean, bigger than the loss of the towers a long time ago. Now, if he wanted revenge, why didn't he nail Alexander Spaulding? And why did he pick him?
Here, I want to see my father.
Oh,
Daddy. How could Roger get away with something like this?
Oh, honey, people tell lies all the time. Doesn't mean they're going to stick.
It's all my fault for stirring up all that bad blood between you two.
Don't you ever say that. This doesn't have a damn thing to do with you, Princess. Believe me. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the two of you, and I just hope that you're still a little bit proud of me when this mess is over.
Of course I will be.
Mr. Lewis, it's time for interrogation.
I think this could go on for a while, and I want you to go back and help Bridget take care of the children.
The children are fine.
Look, I know you trust Bridget, but I want you there to help.
They're okay, Vanessa.
Listen to me. This arrest may not be Billy's only problem. All right? The less Bridget knows about our family business, the better.
Please, get back. Mr. Thorpe is being treated right now for an infection. He's still in police custody. So if you have any desire to make contact with him, you will be arrested.
The woman just loves to give orders.
May I suggest that you do not impede the staff's work in any way. However, if you do want to talk to someone, Mrs. Thorpe, the ex-Mrs. Thorpe, and Mr. Thorpe's daughter are right over there. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Miss Lindsay! Detective Carter told you not to leave town.
How did you hear that?
Then it's true. You called the police to turn in your ex-husband.
No, I didn't.
Were you Roger Thorpe's hostage?
No.
Then you were helping him get away?
I don't want to talk about this.
Okay,
Could you give us any more
I didn't handle this very well. I'm not used to being on the other side.
Well, that's okay. We're going to have to get used to being unpopular for a while. No, I think we should have unlisted phone numbers just to be safe.
Good idea.
You know, I don't understand something, Mom. I know Billy hates Dad as much as anybody, but why would he go so far as to shoot him?
Good question, Blake. Holly, did Roger happen to share any insights with you when you finally caught up with him?
Overstepping, Julie. Overstepping. Ed, never mind how you feel about me, but shouldn't you protect private citizens from being accosted by the media in your hospital?
Come on, Jilly, give him a break. You're not going to get anything here tonight.
I know.
Okay, I've done my official duty. I would just like to add that any hell you think you're catching here, I think you deserve.
Roger's making an accusation about Billy. That's not going to be enough to indict him, is it? I mean, not without some kind of proof or...
But the accusation itself is trouble enough. I have a feeling that Cutter's going to turn Billy's life upside down trying to make this thing stick. But I can't see a jury convicting without physical evidence. Will they find him?
Hey, Steve.
I don't want to hear your pronouncements on my behavior. To tell you the truth, I'm proud of what I did.
Sure, of course you're proud. The same way a kid is proud of walking along the railing of a railroad bridge without going over the edge and taking the plunge.
At least I got him to the hospital. Doesn't that count for anything on your scorecard? What would you have done? If it was someone you...
What? It was someone what? Oh, never mind. I'm not keeping score here. Look, if you and Roger want to relive your tempestuous past, that's fine with me. But don't you understand that there are other people involved here, like Vanessa and that little baby she's going to be raising alone if you let Roger get Billy Lewis in jail?
It's not Roger's fault that Billy goes over the edge and shoots him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Why? Because Roger says so? Look, other people going over the edge is not the cause of your personal problems.
I see you and Eve are kissing and have made up. Good for you. Go away.
Okay, Mom. I'm very proud of how this has brought you and Daddy together. It almost feels like a real family.
But now your fiancé is going to be defending Billy Lewis for shooting your father. Should make for some interesting pillow talk.
So, where is the gun, Mr. Lewis?
What gun?
What gun? The gun. What's the matter with you?
It's after midnight. I'm used to getting up at dawn and looking after a baby. So why do you think I shot him?
Oh, well, maybe it's because he bankrupted your oldest son, or maybe it's because he humiliated your daughter in front of the entire town at her engagement party, or maybe it's because he humiliated your father at the governor's banquet. Or maybe it's all these things wrapped up in one that made you mad enough to want to pop him.
You want to put some of this in the form of a question, Cutter? Billy, don't let him lead you on, right?
None of the above.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have much of an alibi, Mr. Lewis.
I already told you, I went out into the parking lot to get a little fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Asked the valet if he'd seen Mindy. She wasn't feeling so well, and he ought to be able to confirm that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he already did, but he said you only talked to him for a minute. What'd you do with the rest of the time?
I was stargazing. I don't keep track of the time. Besides that, I didn't feel like going back inside. I needed to cool down a bit.
Oh, so you admit that you were mad at Mr. Thorpe that night?
Well, you were there. You telling me it's taken you 2 months to figure that out?
Yeah, but were you mad enough to go out to your car and get the gun out of the glove compartment or maybe under the seat, wherever it is you keep it?
Mr. Lewis has already stated that he did not return to his car.
Okay. Your daughter's a very precious thing, isn't she, sir? You love her very much.
I love all my kids.
Mm-hmm. But this loudmouth Thorpe, I mean, he knows that. He knows how to get to you. And the other night, he held her up in front of the whole world, and he called her filth. He called her a slut. Your little princess, isn't that what you call her? I mean, that would make me crazy.
Oh, come on, that's enough, Cutter.
No, I mean, wouldn't that make you mad enough to want to shoot him? Huh, Mr. Lewis?
Everybody at that party was angry at Roger Thorpe, all right? Look, I'm sorry. I can't do this. Billy, you don't have to answer any more questions.
Come in.
Look, I wouldn't let this continue any longer without his lawyer being present.
Well, you're his lawyer.
No, I'm not. I just happen to be here. I can't do that.
What? Why not?
I'm not in the mood to tangle with Roger anymore, all right? And I can't do this to Blake.
Well, excuse me, but you certainly allowed yourself to go after Thorpe when it was Spaulding Enterprises on the line, Ross.
That was business. This is personal. Here, a good friend of mine happens to be a wonderful lawyer. Take it.
A man's life is on the line, and you call yourself his friend, and you're walking away from...
There are other good lawyers on the planet, Vanessa.
Ross, I know that you're in love with Blake, but you don't have to let her destroy your sense of right and wrong.
Look, Vanessa, my career is not based on defending everybody in town from Roger Thorpe, all right? Now, I wish Billy well, but I reserve the right to fight my own fights once in a while. Good night. Good luck.
bail for my husband.
That's out of my hands, ma'am. But if I were you, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Mr. Lewis here is accused of a very serious felony. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere for a while.
My husband has a family that needs him. We have 2 young children at home.
Well, ma'am, there's going to be a bail hearing tomorrow, but personally, I'm going to recommend against bail. Ma'am, Mr. Thorpe has a family as well. Did your husband think about that?
Thorpe's kin are better off without him. Anybody will tell you that.
You're letting Roger Thorpe go when his crime is as plain as the day, and you're keeping my husband here, and you don't have any proof.
We didn't let Roger Thorpe go. Roger Thorpe is at Cedars Hospital under a police escort for medical attention. Now, no judge has granted him bail yet either.
Well, good, because he better not go free, because if he does, I am going to need my husband at home.
Why is that? Are you afraid Thorpe's going to show up there?
No, of course not. Why would he do that?
No. Look, if this is more than just someone taking a pot shot at another citizen, I'm willing to listen. But you're going to have to help me. So let me ask you one more time. What is it that Mr. Lewis has that Mr. Thorpe wants?
How's your father?
Well, he's gonna live. So you can relax, you're only defending attempted murder. Now, do try to keep the disappointment out of your voice in front of the jury.
I'll be defending anybody. I'm not taking Billy's case.
Did the police drop the charges?
No, of course not. I just told Vanessa to get another lawyer.
Wow.
I have an aunt who owns this big old house up in New England. Aunt Bunny.
Bunny?
Bernadette. In 1826, the year the house was built, is on a plaque right over the front door. It's just a wonderful house. And beautifully built by the craftsman of the day who paid a lot of attention to detail. But it is old, and it could drive a person crazy sitting in this house, looking at some of the walls, because over the years the house is settled. The corners aren't quite square anymore, and doors stick, and the windows rattle. But it's solid, and it's gonna last. I want to live in a place like that.
It sounds like it has a lot of character.
It does, and that's how I think about us. I mean, our corners may not be in square, and doors may stick, our windows may rattle, but it is there. Us. That's where I want to live. And I got to thinking that if I took Billy's case, it might bring our house down. And it is just not worth it anymore to me to continue this old fight with your father. I owe you more than that. I owe us more than that.
I'm going to post Roger's bail.
So when you are ready for something hot and fresh, it's right here. And what would my husband like for dinner tonight? Something special?
It's a little premature for that.
What, thinking about dinner?
No, calling me a husband.
I like to practice. Besides, practice makes perfect, and I know you want a perfect wife, right?
Oh. Okay, Blake, I give up. Why are you being nice to me?
Why? Because you are the most self-sacrificing man I know.
And what have I sacrificed lately?
Well, you refused to take Billy Lewis on as a client for shooting my father. I gotta tell you, that meant a lot to me. And Daddy. I mean, he's shocked, but he's touched. He might even come to the wedding.
The warden gives him a pass. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be working at home today.
Oh, great. It'll give me a chance to study you.
Like a bug? What do you mean, study me?
Well, there are certain things that come second nature to you that don't come so second nature to me.
Like what?
Like, you always give the best of yourself for others, and I don't.
Like, where is this going? I mean, are you setting me up for another sacrifice?
Oh, no. In fact, I'm paying you back.
For my selflessness? No reason to pay me back. Besides, it would take you about a lifetime.
I'm serious, Ross. The last few days, you've shown a fairness that has given me the courage to bring something up that I don't think I ever would have dreamed of bringing up before.
I get so nervous when you talk like this.
No, don't be nervous. In fact, it's not like there's nothing in it that's good for you. In fact, if you take this case, you'll be right back up on top. If you take this case, it will make you a star.
You're offering me a legal case?
Mm-hmm. If you win this case, people will say that you are a magician.
Huh. And what sort of magic exactly needs to be performed?
Well, it seems that the government is still serious about prosecuting my father for the Spalding takeover. How would you like to represent Roger Thorpe? What are you looking for?
The sports page.
You're gonna read?
I'm gonna wad it up and eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna read. Is there some reason I shouldn't?
Yeah, how about life and death? Is that a good reason? I don't believe this. I ask you to defend my father, and you respond by going into your office, calling your secretary and talking to her for a half hour, and coming out here and looking for the newspaper?
I didn't know I was supposed to take you seriously. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, yeah, so am I. I'm insulted, Ross. You wouldn't even listen to me. You wouldn't even give it 10 minutes of thought.
Oh, look, I have given your father a lot of thought. In fact, over the years, I have given him too much thought. Now, look, because I love you so much, I'm going to do everything in my power to avoid conflict with the man. But that does not include leaping to his defense in a public arena. Now, surely you understand that.
No, you do not get how good this would be for you. This is a media blitz, Ross. Two old enemies coming together in common bond for the woman they both love, both seeking family values. Tell me that that is not a heartwarming story.
It's a story no one's going to be telling.
And why not? Is my father not innocent until proven guilty, the way everybody's screaming that Billy Lewis is? I mean, doesn't he deserve the same treatment? At least he's got somebody, one person fighting for him, Ross. He is a human being here. I don't want my father going to jail, okay? I feel like I just got him back. And I know that my mom feels the same way. I'm sorry. I promised myself I would not be a baby about this.
Honey, just stop and think for a minute. Let's be realistic. I don't think that your father would want me to represent him.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that, Ross. He thinks you're a wonderful lawyer. And I know that you could make the difference.
No, I couldn't. I've already argued this case against him. Now, Blake, think about it. He's being prosecuted for the very fraud that I accused him of in the Spalding trial. Therefore, all the DA has to do is to take my comments from the court record, read them out loud, and presto, I have practically single-handedly convicted my own client.
Okay, yeah, you cannot defend him. Why could you not provide legal counsel then?
No. By far, the best thing that I could do in this is to remain neutral. So just think of me as Switzerland.
Oh, sure, fine. Switzerland, great. Cold and isolated. And you can stay that way.
Blake, please, don't do this now.
Oh, please, go ahead with your newspaper, honey. The rest of us will fend for ourselves, and you can remain neutral.